What's up, everybody? It's day 66 of 100 Days of Code, and it's your boy Kendall once again here to let you know about everything that's going on with my journey. So, 100 Days of Code, we all know the rules by now. Number one, we make sure we code 1 hour a day. Two, we make sure to keep ourselves accountable publicly to all of you fine people. And number three, we'll let you know about our thoughts and our feelings every single day by video. Here we go once again. So, what did we get up to today? Well, we're also midway through week 10 of School of Code, the most amazing, diverse group of talented people that have become full stack developers and have transformed from zero to hero. So, today, what we got up to in our school, we definitely did our 1 hour. We began with our squats of power, our squats of fury, as we do every single morning to get the blood flowing through our entire bodies so that we're ready to be code masters for the day. Then after that, then we did some code wars from about 9 to 10. We did some code wars. And we solved some problems, and that was a lot of fun as well. So the group of us went through some 6 KYUs, 7 KYUs, and we solved some problems. And we came up with some solutions. After that, what we did is we decided that we would go into the things we did for the day. Is we actually went to our project groups again from last week, and we continued on documentation. The importance of documentation. So we spent some time sort of finishing up our README, learning a bit more about Markdown and how to create a Markdown file, how to create sort of the formatting, those sorts of things, how to come up with the sections. So we came up with a good level of different sections. We had things like getting started, things like a testing section, things about the back end, things about the front end, how to install them. We had things like badges that sort of talked about how many commits we've done and sort of how many pulls that have been done and lots of different things like that. We had things like about sort of what was going on in the back, so the API routes, things like that. So we honed and fine-tuned. We made a table of contents on there, and we put our logo on there. So a lot of it was sort of in each of the sections we had back to top, so that if somebody was using our documentation, they could click it and then they could go back to the table of contents each time that they arrived at this section. So we really spent some time on documentation, making sure it was really fleshed out and really beautiful. We also did some more testing on the front ends using React testing library on the favorite side. So now we have, I think it's 17 passing tests on the front ends, testing different things like rendering, testing functionality, things like that. Then on the back ends, we also spent some time checking out those as well as Supertest and Jest as well. What else did we do? We did some time refactoring sort of some of the code so the functions were more semantic and they did what they were called. We needed less comments then, and things like that. So that was really good. Also today, I got to do, earlier on, I got to spend some time looking at Gatsby as well. So not the film or the book, The Great Gatsby, but Gatsby being a framework of React and sort of some different things you can do with it. So that was really fun to get into Gatsby, to sort of install different parts of it, to npm install that, to play around with like different aspects of what it can do. So for example, in the SRC, which you normally have in React, you might have a components folder. Within Gatsby, this framework, you would then have maybe a pages. And when you put the pages, you call them just like you would on a website, but it takes away the burden of having to draw it from the server side, and will go straight through to the different files much quicker, rendering those pages much faster and navigating them really quickly. Kind of what React Router does, but in Gatsby it's already built in once you put them in that folder. So there's lots of cool things you can do with that. There's also like, styling you can do. And so I'm still learning about Gatsby, but I had a little play around with that as well. I started creating a few pages, sort of started looking at how you can create links that are sort of that you can navigate on simply on the client side, and so it makes the experience a lot quicker, and so it loads up the things instead of a cached way and that sort of thing. So I had a lot of fun with playing around with Gatsby a little bit as well. So all in all, it's been a really fun and really exciting day. It's been fun to be with the group again today and sort of learn more about each other, work together as a team, and find ways of sort of growing together as people and sort of figuring out how we could best approach the day. So that's all for today on day 66 of 100 days of codes. I guess my thoughts and my feelings about today are I learned about the importance of documentation. I learned about sort of putting yourself in the user's shoes and think about like when they're using this, like what do they need to know, and sort of really honing that, making the experience really nice for them so that when they do approach it, it's easy to access and easy to get around and navigate the documents and really get to exactly what they need to get to quicker. So we put a table of contents at the top and just really thinking about that, sort of making it a little bit more pleasing on the eyes, pleasing as you can do in Markdown. Just putting some emoticons in there, putting some spacing in, things like that, just things that make the user experience a bit better. So it's been a really good day overall. Looking forward to tomorrow. I always look forward to School of Code. I think we have Code Creative, who's one of my favorite YouTubers on coding, who's the one who got me into School of Code and let me know about it and sort of set me up on this journey, really. So I'm really excited about the talk tomorrow. But for today, that's it. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, and peace out and have a great evening. See you soon.